physically working the hardest was when we were broke as fuck. We were fucking stuck in the matrix hard and didn't know. It sounds too good to be true, etc. I agree. From the things that you chose to do every single day is exactly why shit looks like the way it does today. But here's the pivotal point that most people will never figure out. Fraser Island tomorrow, baby.
I'm so excited.
When was the last year we went there?
2019. So it's been like 5.5 years since we were there.
Yeah, we had the camper trailer back then with the Y62 patrol. So
And we went at Christmas time. We spent Christmas.
Was
on
too.
Fraser. Yeah.
But we got a portable dog sitter up here with us at the moment.
We have a travelling dog sitter.
We're making the most of that. We're at the most beautiful spot right now.
You probably just heard that.
That is a jet ski flying past us. He's up it.
He's hooking.
Absolutely up it. But it's just the most beautiful Queensland day up here. It's kind of like, you got a jumper on, so it's kind of like still that cool morning breeze. Skies are clear. Oh, man, this is just what we've been...
The weather's beautiful. Yeah, I have a jumper on, but we're in the shade and... Yeah, anyway.
We just keep getting drawn back up here, haven't we? Like, just every single year.
Yeah, we absolutely.
Didn't we, like, go down this rabbit hole? It's like, isn't it something about Queensland? Like, wasn't it some, like, conspiracy thing? It's like the energy or, like, there's something weird.
Yeah, like we opened up this rabbit hole of ChatGPT and basically, like, not a fortune teller, but, I don't know, like a spirit guide. And it told us that we keep coming, basically why we keep coming back up here. Man, that is so loud.
That's all right. No, it was something about Queensland. Almost like the line of the... I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Something just keeps drawing us back here.
Just keep getting drawn back up here. But going back to like 2020, 2019, 9 to 5 life. And we had a big couple of moments that, like, if I could just put it down to a few things that, like, really change the direction of our life. That's what I want to talk about today, because I think it's the number one thing that most people avoid.
Yes.
Don't want to think about it, don't want to admit it, and just accept that that's just the reality because it's just the way it is. And we were in that mindset. Like, that was us to a T. And you hear all the people, like, people sort of give shit about, you know, the Matrix and Escape the Matrix. Obviously, like, you know, obviously Andrew Tate basically, you know, no one really was talking about escaping the Matrix before Tate was loud, but like, and people sort of make fun of it these days because, like, you know, there's young people saying, "Oh, I've escaped the Matrix," etc. And you're never going to be fully out of the Matrix and the system, but it is real. It is real, and again, it's like a prison. It's just like you just don't know that you're locked up, and again. That was us to a T. I'm speaking today not from above you or better than you. It's like, just I want to be at a relatable level, because, like, this is our opinion, this was our experience, and, like, we just didn't know.
Yeah. This
is why I agree with it all so much. But I think the number one thing that I really think that can change and look, can you change your life in 12 months? Yes. Are you going, but here's the thing. People think they're going to have supercars and millions of dollars, all this stuff in 12 months. Can you change the direction massively in the right way in 12 months? Yes. Will you get everything that you want? Most likely not. It's a 3 to 5 year minimum direction, but most probably 10 years.
Yeah.
To build anything real, anything long-term, anything, you know, it's long. But I think people have these, like, where they sort of get mixed up these days. It's like they think that everything's just going to change in 2 months, 6 months, 12 months. Like, yes, it can, but you won't achieve every single thing that you want in that time frame. But here's the thing, because, like, the first thing I want to talk about is obviously 2020 for us, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, that changed the direction of our lives forever. And the one thing that was about that is when all that happened, again, we'll sit on the couch there. You know, obviously, like, I had to shut my business down, used to go to work, etc. Like, that was our turning point in a lot of things. But I think the one thing that changed it all is, like, we actually accepted, well, no, I accepted full responsibility and took accountability for why that happened.
Yeah.
100% took full responsibility and accountability. And that was for everything. I think this is a thing that we do very well these days is like what your house looks like, what's in your bank account, the number in your bank account, what you look like, what your partner looks like, who your friends are, etc. Everything. If you can treat that like every single thing is your fault, you can crush life. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
And I think this is the number one problem with people today is like they don't want to, one, admit that. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Mentality. And it's just so fucking easy to just be a victim and blame things. Like if the recent election didn't just prove that tenfold again, that we just learnt nothing in 2020, we're fucked.
Yeah. And
I've been saying for the last couple of years, 2020 will happen again, but worse.
It will.
Do I have a firm? That's just a gut.
Yeah, it's a gut feeling. It's
Feeling. But basically, every single time I've been right.
Yeah.
And this is my thing. I say to people, it's like I'm never going to be a told you so person, but I'm just like you just got to learn from these things. And for us back then, we had no money, no freedom, no choices. So it's like we need to do something about this. We could sit there and just blame fucking everyone for 5 years and nothing would change, and that's what 95% of people did.
Yeah.
But so it makes it hard when it comes around to the time again when this all happens again to feel sorry for people. It's like you've had, this 5 years to knowingly keep doing the things that's putting you in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Like that is your fault.
Yeah.
Especially when if you are one of those people who are in a job where they said, hey, like, you're actually not that important. Like, just you can't come to work.
Or you have to go and get the vaccine to work.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if there's many people out there that willingly did that, but like most people that I speak to, again, small amount of people in the population, but said it's because I had to.
Yeah, because I had to for work. Otherwise, I would have lost my job.
So what I say to people these days, okay, look, if 2020 happened again tomorrow, would you be in the same position? For most people, it would be yes.
Probably worse.
But probably worse because the cost of living, everything, things have got tough in there. But they need to roll this shit out. Like they got central currency, digital, like it's all coming. It's so fucking clear. And the actions how quickly they've got on this now, like it's like COVID, new strain, worse than ever, spread, bang, instantly after the election. They are running hot.
Yes.
They're running hot. So again, you can go through this, blame the government, blame this, etc. It's going to get you nowhere. So this is why I want to just pull it back here for a minute. And again, going back to, I want to touch on, like, obviously, the skeptics are high these days.
Yes.
With, again, getting rich quick, get rich quick schemes. Even online businesses take a hit now because, like, it's because everything just gets packaged into online. When we started our business offline in the first 1, 2, 3 years, like, no one was skeptical at all.
No. It's only been the last, I don't know, what would you say?
I truly think it's since all this course selling come up. If I could put it to a T where I saw that the change was when that master resale rights thing come out.
Like 2 years ago?
Where people were just like they're packaging up a course, and it's like, hey, you buy the course, but then you can just resell that course and earn 100% of the commission. So it's just kind of again,
you're not learning anything.
And look, people have made money of this, like absolutely. I just see it as kind of like, I think this is where it's taking the hit because it's like, okay, well, so like, okay, if you haven't built anything valuable from that course and you're selling it just to make the commission of selling the course and just recycling fucking courses, I really feel like this is where a lot of this started.
Yes.
And this is going to get worse because with AI, copy paste things, etc., like the markets is going to get flooded with that stuff. So it's going to have people, their back is going to be up,
even more.
Even more. So that's where I sort of really believe that come from. But the first thing you just need to realize, just to go back a minute, is it just depends on, because when we look at again, I'm just going to base this off our story and our opinion. This is just based on real results, our journey.
Yeah.
When I was a maths sub therapist, you're in childcare, yeah?
Yeah.
When I used to look at like, someone had a nice car, they'll, had a nice house and like, they'll maybe like, living a good life.
Yeah.
I would sit there and do the numbers with what we were earning, everything, the time that we'd have to put into our jobs to be able to make that happen. And I was living off hope. It's like, fuck, the numbers don't add up, but surely it must happen. Surely I'll have a nice car. We'll pay the house off one day. We'll be able to have some time back. And we'll, I was like, we're probably going to need a minimum of $1 million of, savings or super, whatever, which these days now it's like, fuck.
That's not much.
It's
Not
like,
gonna
I don't
get you
think you're going to
very far.
retire off it.
No.
But like just the math wasn't mathing. But it's just like, well, it must happen. And this is when I look back at that, I'm like, we were fucking stuck in the matrix hard and didn't know.
And you're 100% right. And I think it was just like, oh, we're so young. Like it was almost like a waiting game. And imagine if we had have spent the next 30, 40 years just waiting. Oh, it'll come. Like that money, that freedom, that feeling of freedom, that feeling of like,
Yeah.
and it never would have because the cost of everything just is going to continue. It's not
Yeah.
going to go back down.
So, but this is where this is where it all makes sense. Is what I'm trying to say here is like when people say like what we've achieved in 5 years and what other people achieve these days, and it sounds too good to be true, etc. I agree. I 100% agree with you because back then in my life, the math wasn't mathing to make that fucking happen, especially at a younger age than maybe what I was at the same age.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense in the path that I chose, and I think the best thing that 2020 COVID woke me up to was we were showing up every single day in the business models that we chose, living the life that we chose, everything, knowingly that we're going in the wrong direction to what we actually wanted.
Yeah.
And again, our big ambitions wasn't to travel full time right from the beginning,
No.
but the life we live today, I wouldn't change it for a fucking thing.
I love it.
If we had an extra $10 million a month in our bank account, I honestly wouldn't change
We'd
it.
still do the same thing.
Still do the same thing. But living in a caravan, if it was just traveling full time or for 6 months, like whatever it is for you, or whether it's just staying home and being present with your kids, your partner, going to the gym, coffees, whenever, whatever it is for you, you don't have to be traveling, whatever. But when you realize that, okay, well, maybe you're self-employed, maybe you're 9 to 5, whatever you're currently doing, you go, okay, well, if that's never going to be in the job description or can happen with what you currently put your time and effort into, every single day, and that only if this is what you truly want your outcome to be,
Yes.
then every single day that you show up, just picture it on a map. Like if you pinned like a pin on like a map, and it's like, this is like the dream goal, destination, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. And every single day that you're showing up to the job, like whatever it is, but that is the ultimate outcome.
That location
That
on the map.
location. But just picture, you're just driving south, the opposite direction, every single day. And people unknowingly, because this was us, will do this for 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 years, sometimes their whole life. And you are so far away from that dream destination. But here's the pivotal point that most people will never figure out, never realize, or want to admit or face it. But this is where if I put a marker on 2020 for us, was when we realized, hang on.
That's when you pulled the pump the
Handbrake
brakes,
fucking on.
full doughy.
Blew a set of tires. I pulled the handbrake that fucking hard. Spun around like Donkey Kong after he hit a banana. Diddy Kong. And it's like, hang on. So, but the first thing you have to do is go, okay, hang on a minute. Get clear with what you want, where you want to go, not what someone says on Instagram, where you truly want to go, and go, okay, I'm here. Here's the dream destination. Here I am. The money I have, my mindset, my mental health, my partner, my bank account, my house, the street of living, the town, everything. This is all because of the decisions that you made, no one else. And you showed up to do that every single day for months, years, weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
Compound interest from the things that you chose to do every single day is exactly why shit looks like the way it does today.
I love that.
Simple,
I mean, yeah,
but
but it's so true.
if you can get to that stage, you are at the, you can wipe the slate clean and go, okay, this will put you ahead of, I'm going to say 95% of people minimum. Because just take a look around you. Like most people just would not want to admit that.
Yeah. They'll blame everything else.
Everything. The country, like people said, oh, give Australia 3 years, we're fucked. Okay, so we're fucked now.
Yeah.
But so what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Wait 3 years and just, so you're giving yourself 3 years. You know you're fucked now. You're just going to keep doing the same things and not change nothing. Then go, oh. So it's like, well, didn't you see that coming 3 years ago? And you chose to do nothing.
Yeah.
So again, yes, it can be very confronting, but this is the number one thing you have to do. But you also need to rein it in a little bit. You don't want to go and make moves out of like an emotional state full of urgency.
Yeah, you don't want to be like a doomsday prepper.
You need to get the fire under your ass, but not make the wrong decisions. But okay, it all fucking makes sense now.
Yeah.
Let's get a plan. And again, just like we said, look, we'll never let this happen again. But I didn't have a plan at the time.
No. And the hardest thing I think is like where to start.
100%. Yeah. That coffee's getting cold.
You
And
better drink it.
I think this is what can confuse people these days is there's so much out there that it's so easy to go, this is just confusing, and everyone's saying this is the answer, this is the answer, this is the answer, because so many people are just looking for quick things.
Yes.
On the turn, they'll give something a week, fucking bail on it. I've tried everything, nothing works.
Yeah.
Or they're listening to this person says this, and I've gone in this too. It's like, we love Andrew Tate, and it's like, work hard, fucking every day, grind. I'm like, fuck. Then you hear someone else, it's like a Dan Martell, even like Balaj, who was my mentor for years. It's like, it's like living the diamond life, like, more on
Being present.
enjoying the things and outsourcing all the things you don't want to do, but like just being present in the moment, doing things. And like, that's what feels, you still have to do the work.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't want to take the path where you're just working 80 hours a week and don't enjoy your life. Like, I think that's when you just wouldn't give a fuck about how much money you have.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not truly being yourself and enjoying life. But you need to get a plan that suits you and what you truly want. And this is where it comes down to choosing the right business model.
It does.
You just got to have a look and go, okay, like, look, does this align with my values? Does this align with what I want my life to truly look like? Because most people will go and start something, the most cheapest, nastiest thing, that the end outcome still doesn't align with what you want. You put in more time and hours and everything onto what you're currently doing, but the end outcome just doesn't align.
Yeah.
It just doesn't align. So I think you got to have a clear plan, but then here's the thing. Is you got to sort of have a rough time frame and go, okay, well, look, how long has it taken me to get to this stage of like fucking finally realizing this? Is it 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is? Have a rough time frame. And then what you've got to do is you have to be okay with giving yourself that amount of time to turn shit around.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize how many bad habits around money, mindset, personal habits, you learn so much toxic shit, and it's probably from your parents, friends, whatever it is.
How to unlearn all of that.
Yeah, and it wasn't until like, and you ask most people, it's like, what do you value most? And what do most people value most?
Time, family, and like freedom. But they don't, which is weekends for most people.
Yeah. And Jenny, you go, okay, well, look, show me your calendar. And what do most people's calendars look like? It's
Work.
4 years off a year, which most people don't take. It could
4
be
weeks.
So did I say 4 years?
Yeah.
Fuck, that'd be good. 4 weeks off a year. They might take a week at Easter or a week at 1 or 2 weeks at Christmas, like whatever it is, like, and the odd little bit and piece in between there. They might go to, Movie World once every 5 years, like whatever it looks like. And then you're working. Some people work Saturdays, and sometimes you might have a Sunday free. And one thing you got to think about is like, again, this has to be done. Obviously, you have to work.
You have to, yeah.
Like, you have to work.
You have to provide.
You have to work. But we're just so programmed to put the things that we value most. And like when you really think about it, is just the way that most people live, like with the 9 to 5, just the way things are. I think it's strategically to put the things that you value most is always last.
Yeah.
Again, back to our own experience. We would get up early, go to work, everything. We wouldn't see each other till 6, 7, sometimes 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, like it's back.
And you're blown out during the day. Like you'd come home on fucking 5% battery.
Oh yeah.
And that's when it's like, okay, hi kids, hi wife, hey, whatever. And, and most people share about all the shit things and all the bullshit that happened with the days.
Yeah.
And like, that's what you value most at the last 1 or 2, 3 hours lucky. And maybe a Sunday by the time you do all the house tasks.
Yeah.
And everything. And like, that's so like, what I'm trying to say is like, where you're putting your time, energy, everything, if nothing changes, that is your reality.
Yeah.
And this is where it all makes sense to like, how the biggest regrets of when people die, it's like, I didn't love enough. I didn't do more of the things I love, like jet skiing. I didn't spend enough time with my family, make memories. Like, these are all the big regrets. So it's like, okay, well, fuck. Because they go till they're on their deathbed to realize this.
Yeah.
To realize this. So that's what I'm saying. As soon as possible you can realize this, take it and go, okay, something needs to change. You need to make some small little tweaks in between that. So what I'm trying to say there is, again, this looks different to everyone. You can write your own path, but like, if you can start changing some of the little actions, the little things that you're putting your time and effort, the skill sets you're learning into something that's just moving the needle towards where you want to go, this is where you need to start.
Yeah.
And another thing around like the mindset part of it is like when we started learning from Balazs, like he's really big on like, buying back your time.
And outsourcing.
Buying back your life. And it was the little things that like when I ran, I'm like, fuck, like, again, like my old man, like he was always a tight ass on money. And when I go look back and look at it, so many of our family's problems come from a lack of not having enough money.
Yeah.
It truly was. And when people say it's like, oh, more money, more problems. If you add more money to that situation, generally it's just going to amplify it.
Yes.
Because if you have a scarcity around money, everything, like you just add more money to it and it just amplifies it. But one thing that really stuck with me is like, do you remember when we were at our old house and like we were digging up the nature strip to put, because when you get your house built, it's all fucking shit, dirt and stones and all that. And we're digging out the nature strip to put new grass in there. And I was going to get my mate to come in with a bobcat. I can't, $200, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And, I grew up, I would have to shovel 5 bark chips of, 5 trail loads of bark chips in our old house that we had back in the day before I could go and do anything.
Yeah.
This work had to be done. And because there's no fucking way the dad was paying anyone to come in and shovel it. Like, it's like, we're shoveling them to save money. And I remember we had an argument about it because it's like, it was my house, everything. I'm like, I'm just going to pay someone a couple $100 to come and do this and be done in fucking, take them 2 hours, an hour, 2 hours. But his mindset was like, why would you do that? Why would you pay someone to do that? Like, if we do a trail load, a weekend, if it takes 3 months, like, it is what it is. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And this is before I had that mindset switch, where when I sort of like got, I guess sort of how people would buy back their time. It's things like, but it can be things like, I love mowing the lawn. I love mowing the lawn. I love cleaning. Like, I love all this sort of stuff. But it's like, but then that's how would you just spend our weekends?
Yeah.
You do all the tasks and then you'd maybe have half a Sunday to actually go and do something once all the tasks are done. But just think about this as the point I was trying to make there. It's like, we will utilize our whole weekend to figure out how to fix our car, to figure out how to be a fucking chippy, to fix something in the house, to again shovel dirt for 2 weeks just to save some money.
Yeah.
We'll give up the whole weekend because like I'm not paying $200 for this fucker to change my oil. Then you end up snapping a bolt and you're doing this and you fucking, and your whole weekend is done. But it's all just to save $50, $100, couple $100.
Yeah.
But most people that go, it's like when they have that realization, like someone passes away, it's like it's a classic example. Life's short, we don't have much time here, etc. But we will give all of our time to save a bit of money.
Yeah.
That is the 95% of people. And this one's like, fuck, that is me to a T, and that is the way I've been brought up.
But yeah, you knew no different.
To a T. And that's when we hired our first personal assistant like 3 years ago. That was like the hardest thing for me. Because I'm like I remember I used to try and get you to mow the lawns. You need to do something around the house.
Oh, which I did.
You did.
I did the gardening,
Yeah,
which we just had some trees, so it was kind of just fixing the water wells for the trees. And
I remember I got you in the mower and I'm just like, I watched it. I'm just like, fuck, just give it here.
the lines weren't straight enough.
I'm such a one. I still am, but not as much. I can do it better. I'll
Let
just
me
fucking do it.
Yeah.
And you end up doing everything.
I think I've gotten a little bit of that from you.
Yeah. But for me to outsource stuff, I'm like, it was very hard, very scary. But when we did that, and it was some small tasks, etc., that we were handing off to other people, you get addicted to it. It's like, even if it gets done at 80%,
Yeah.
it's like you start to get some time back.
Yeah.
And this is the reason I wanted to say is because the number one thing why most people will not start to put their time and energy into something else because they don't have enough time.
Yeah.
And we just can't, we all have the same amount of time. But the one thing you do have at the moment is money.
Yeah.
You might go, well, fuck, I don't have much money. I'm fucking living week to week.
Yeah.
Find some money. I bet I could audit anyone's budget and find at least a couple $100 a week.
Yeah.
I fucking bet I could. And that's the number one thing that we did first. You're all right, man. You do whatever. Jet ski guys just pulled up. He's like, fucking, you want me to shut up? It's fucking whatever. He's the best day.
It's his weekend.
It's your weekend, buddy. Go out there. But what I was saying is, if you don't know where your money is, I used to hate my dad for doing this. He would track fucking everything. He's like, Mum would spend money, give me the receipt. It was probably overboard, but it's like he knew where his money was going.
You did that a little bit.
And I took on that trait.
You took on that trait.
But
you weren't gnarly. You just wanted to track. You just wanted to keep track of everything.
see where it goes. Then go, hang
Yeah.
on. We just spent $500 on takeaway that month. We don't have 500. Like, what the fuck? Let's cut that in half. Like, whatever it is, you can start to find where most people just don't know where it goes.
Yeah.
So that's the number one thing, is to find out where it's going. And then what you can do from there, this is something I wish I did so much sooner. Again, number one thing is like just the things you hold off and don't want to do because it makes you uncomfortable, like get used to doing them now. Like if it feels scary, do it.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm trying to say is like if you're spending your weekends right now, this is something you can implement right now. Like if you're going, okay, well, fuck, we do spend Saturday doing laundry, doing this, doing lawns, all this sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. You could just start off with just once a month, get a house cleaner.
Yeah.
$100,
Yeah.
for a decent job.
Yeah.
And just maybe it could be a Friday.
You'd be surprised, how much they can get done in an hour or 2 hours, like depending what your budget is.
Yeah, so it could maybe be like a Friday night when everyone comes home tired, everything. And it's like you can go into the weekend with fucking spick and span house. Surprise your wife, husband, whatever it is when they come home, and like just give yourself that experience. But then you can go, okay, it takes people an hour. It'd probably take you 3-4 hours to clean the house. They'll do it in an hour.
Yeah.
Deep clean everything. And this is where you can start to put some of your time into the things that's going to get you out of whatever, to put you back in that right direction.
Yeah.
Whether it could be, if you've got kids that are mental during the week, it's like, okay, well, shit, I can give myself, the house is clean, you can send the partner off somewhere, whatever. It's like, I need 3 hours quiet time.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Or it maybe could be, it's like you could just go spend the time being present with your family because you never get to. Whatever it is. But like, this is how you can really start to change the mindset around how most people think and just fucking stay stuck. But that's just one thing that's like, just when people say that mindset, it's like, think how the rich think and all this sort of shit. It never made any sense to me at all. But it was just because it's like, you just didn't hear it from someone. You didn't see it from a different direction. You've always just heard the families, the bad friends, and she'd be right. Fucking, why would you pay that? Fucking, I just cook a steak at home. I can cook it better. Why'd I pay $50? That was me.
Yeah. Yeah, we would never order steak out. Now it's the only thing we order.
But it all comes down to you just don't have enough money. That's what it is. And this is where also you will value what things cost based on what your time is worth. So I remember back then, like, if we go do a grocery shop, which for fuck me, you'll spend $500 just like that at the supermarket these days. Let's just go back. Let's say it was $100. And if you're earning, I was earning $20 an hour back then. It's obviously probably $30 now. It's obviously gone up a little bit since then. But like, if you're going, okay, I'm $30 now, it's like, I've just spent $100. Like, fuck, I just did 3 hours of lifting boxes, fucking laying concrete. I don't know, whatever the fuck you do. It's like, it's just do the math. It's like, I just worked 3 hours for those fucking Nutri-Grain.
Yeah.
Or if you go out for dinner, it's like, this is where the mind's, it's like, why would I spend, you buy a steak, I buy a steak, say it's $150 at dinner. And it's like, fuck, now I worked 4 hours today. Maybe you worked a Saturday. It's like, I just worked all Saturday morning to pay for this dinner. Steak was average, could have cooked on the fucking Weber. Like, you value everything based on what your time is worth.
Yes.
So this is when you go and see people, again, with a nice car, living a life, whatever it is, you just go, too good to be true.
Yeah. How do they do it?
Because you're basing it off what your current reality looks like and what your time is worth.
Yeah.
And I think the most number one thing that's just so great, and you don't have to be earning $1 million a year for this to be, I don't have a number, but the most best thing about, getting out of that matrix fucking life, you're never going to get out of it, but you can escape 95% of it.
Just through your mindset.
And earning more money. Again, back then you had no freedom. You have very limited choices. And that's why you just have to just follow along whatever's going. That's the number one thing that keeps most people stuck in the matrix.
Yeah.
But what I want to say on that is, like, the best thing, people look at the big flashy stuff. You think this, think that. It's great. But the best thing every single day is going to the supermarket and just buying whatever. Doesn't mean you go spend $1,000 just because you can, but it's just like, you don't go, fuck, Woolies has this steak for $6 a kilo, it's $7 here, fuck you, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
But you can go out for breakfast when you want, go out for dinner when you want, buy the nice steak, buy the whatever. That is, I honestly think that has reduced 90 to 95% of our stress and anxiety.
100%. I will never forget that feeling of when I could first start going to the supermarket. It's not like it was like an instant thing. Like, I just realized one day, I was like, I don't really look at the prices of things anymore.
Daddy's credit card.
No. And not, we still buy all the same things that we've always bought. But it's just the stress of it.
It used, again, back to our reality. It was just, you got the mortgage, groceries, bills. And it's like, it always combined with, like, when the fucking rates are due, this is due, and you're just getting raped from fucking all angles.
Yeah.
And you go, if that causes you stress and anxiety, and you go, fuck, well, I have to work another 2 weeks just to get the balance back up to where it was. It's a never ending cycle. And again, like I say, I can only imagine if we didn't change what we did from 5 years ago, how fucking hard and how much shitter our lives would be today because of that.
Yeah.
Huh? And it's what most of it just think about, just observe the conversations you're around at work, with friends, whatever the circle group is. I fucking bet that at least once in the conversation, at least once or a handful of times a day, something will get said about time or money. How expensive shit is, how hard things in, whatever.
That they have no time for something.
Always.
It'll
Just
get-
observe it,
Yeah.
sit back, observe it, It comes up all the time.
And once you hear it, you won't be able to unhear it.
No. So, but this is the thing. But like, look, you don't have to be fucking multi-millionaire wearing a suit, fucking having a nice watch to achieve that. And I think I truly think, and I might sound a bit arrogant saying this, but like, I've seen way too many people that shouldn't make anything work make it work.
Yeah.
I truly believe that these days, again, so much has changed in 5 years. There are so many opportunities out there for you to supplement your income and just create more. Forget the financial freedom bullshit. We're not financially free. Financially free is, if you really look into the term of it, it's like you can literally sit back and do nothing and just have everything just funding your lifestyle. That's financial freedom. Like these fucking 16-year-olds saying financial, like, you know, advertising financial freedom, it's very misleading.
Sorry, I just want to say also the Kardashians aren't even financially free because they work. They work a lot.
I'm sure they could back off and be okay.
They probably could, and they'd be fine. But
a lot of people are
they're
financially
hungry.
free.
They're entrepreneurs.
But what I'm
They
saying
want it.
is, what I'm trying to say is like, don't chase, because again, we have people in the inbox like, I want financial freedom. There's a lot of fucking steps before financial freedom. People say, I want passive income.
It doesn't happen in 12 months.
Again, people advertise passive income. It's the most misleading fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work involved to get to that stage. Possible, 100%. And that's when you have true freedom, is through passive income. And this is the other thing people these days, they want to build everything on their own. People get funny when it's like you build a team and it's like, hey, like you earn, you know, someone will make a sale, you earn some commission. Like every single business out there, people go, oh, it's a scam.
Yeah.
Name one fucking business that just has one solo person that's free and has built something. Like, you have to have that. If you want freedom, like, it's a team effort. You can't do this shit, you know, on your own. And there's shortcut ways to do that, which we've done, is just learn from people that have fucking done it.
Yeah.
It shaves off so much time. But when you just look at all this stuff, you just got to zoom out. If you're just looking at, like, you know, your goals, like I said before, it's like, okay, well, fuck, I'm 20 years behind. And you look at that, like, just standing right in front of it. It's like, you look up at the wall. It's like, fuck, that's a long way away. When you just zoom out from it all and go, okay, well, in 10 years, I know where we are now. I know why things look the way it does. In 10 years, I want to achieve this. And you zoom out 10 years, you go, that's achievable. And that's the way you have to look at your goals and everything you want to achieve. Don't get caught up in all the bullshit. But what I want to say to you, and I wish someone said this to me, 5-6 years ago, is when I look at what we've achieved in 5 years, that wasn't even possible in 20 years of our old life. Doing what we were doing, you were in childcare, I was a self-employed massage therapist, living in a home, just the basic stuff, yeah? Just what everyone else does. The life we live today, 4 years traveling full time, we fully own our calendar. It is the most flexible calendar ever. We spend every single day together. If we don't want to be, we could go and do something, whatever. We have breakfast together every single day, lunch, dinner with our beautiful golden retriever every single day. That we used to have to leave in 45-degree days and wouldn't just sit in the backyard for 10 hours.
Yeah.
We do own our dream car. We do own our dream caravan. My mum doesn't work anymore. We're funding her lifestyle and we're helping your parents. They're here at the moment now as well.
And we get to travel with them.
We get to travel and the bank account is healthier than ever. Now, look, I'm just saying that, again, we don't have millions of dollars in the bank.
It makes me a bit teary.
But I'm not saying that to be, look at me. Because when you say this stuff, that's what people instantly think.
Yeah.
But again, I'm telling this to you on your, not from above, on your level. Because again, people wanted to get rich quick, all this sort of shit. But when I zoom out at it and go, well, that's a way fucking quicker way, because that wasn't even possible. What we've achieved in 5 years, again, it wasn't possible in 20, maybe even 30 years.
We never would have been able to do it in our old life.
So when you want to look at, because people go, if it's too good to be true, it's not fucking true, and, get rich quick. But it's like, well, again, and I agree with the short term. If you're talking 6 to 12 months, couple of years, get rich quick, I completely agree. But when you zoom out, we'll go, well, fuck, that's way quicker. That's 20 years quicker than that way.
Yeah.
So do you call that get rich quicker? I could, you could call it get rich quicker, get rich easier. And here's the other thing. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of fucking downs. There's a lot of that. But so was that in the old life as well.
But it's a lot safer. I say that with,
Yeah.
quotation.
It's definitely
safer.
Yeah, well, is it though?
No, but it's because it's, you go to work, you show up, you do your time, you get paid.
You're literally making it sound like it is jail.
You do your time, you get paid.
Yeah, but what's safer? Like when your mum goes through a divorce and she's going to have a fucking shit house and has to work till she's 80, is that comfortable and safe?
No, it's not.
It's not. But you just, again, it's the number one thing that I'm so grateful for these days is that, because I'm like, if we didn't make the choices and go through the things we had to do, like, I would have had to be like, well, fuck, sorry, I can't. I wanted to stay comfortable and safe for 5 years, but now I'm thinking, well, shit, that is very hard to watch you fucking suffer now. Imagine if that was, your child, your partner, something, horribly happened and you can't help. That's tough.
Yeah.
But it's because you chose the life of staying comfortable and all this is all great because everyone else is doing this is fucking great. And that's why. So there's a trade-off to everything. But like, the one last thing I wanted to say as well, whether it's propaganda, I don't know what it is. Like I said, you have to work hard. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
You have to work hard. But we've achieved what we just said then in the 5 years, 20 years quicker, whatever you want. This is just not based off factual. I think it's more than 20 years. Let's say 20 years. We've worked hard. But when I felt like I was physically working the hardest was when we were broke as fuck. Coming home, blown out, physically, mentally fucked, 2 jobs.
So when you had the 2 jobs.
Stress. That's the hardest I've ever worked.
I think how long do you reckon we'd been in our house? We'd moved into our house. Had a mortgage.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, call it 5 years, whatever. I don't know. There's a period I could think about then. But this is the thing But it's like I was working the hardest physically, mentally, and putting all the time into the thing that just got us by. So once you realize that, you go, well, fuck, if I can channel, which we did, 1 hour, 2 hours into something else that can actually allow, the payoff is fucking way bigger and the long time could save us 20 years of pain and struggle. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
So but people these days are just so distracted in fucking TikTok and YouTube and like whatever it is. And this is exactly what they want you to do. It's distracted, complain, this, that, no time, and fuck you, they're doing this. When someone goes on the path of, getting out of it, it's always going to bring you back to that path of least resistance. But that's just what I just want someone to say, because there's a lot of traditional career path people out there that they are the most hardest motherfucker workers ever.
Yeah.
That built amazing companies, everything, and fuck, like it's epic and it's an amazing way to do it. But most people don't want to do that way.
Yep.
Like, and there's a lot of risk in that. Like I watched a thing yesterday where, someone was starting an e-commerce brand and like they had to have $200,000 up front of buying stock and this and that. Like you're putting everything on the fucking line. And again, you just got to choose the path, the business model that aligns with what you want to do in the end. And if that's it, because we have some personal friends that are business owners and they would not change a fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
That's just what they do, and it's fucking awesome. But what I want you to know is like, you don't have to take that way because that's what everyone else does. And I think what we realized, and when we looked at all that, it's like, well, hang on, how can we like kind of reverse engineer this and kind of like have the time and freedom from the beginning? Now I have to build something for 10 years and have an exit plan and hopefully build something and sell it, which again, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of risk. And exit a company or something. So it's like, well, how can we kind of reverse it? And this is where online, the correct business model can allow that.
Exactly.
I just wish that someone told me that 5 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
But that's kind of like the starter pack of just the message I really wanted to get across is like, there's things you could do now, but just if you can have that bulletproof mindset of it's like, everything's my fault. going to take full responsibility for everything. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. And this is what's going to put you ahead of so many people. And this is where your people you surround yourself with will start to change.
It's a massive impact.
Because once you start thinking like this and everyone else is thinking the old way, it's very hard to be around.
Extremely.
And again, just take away from this podcast, just start to observe, sit back at the smoko table, just shut up and just listen to what people say.
Yeah.
If you're in retail, whatever it is, if you're on a tradie on a job site, if you're in the mines, I was having a conversation with someone in our community before. He goes to the mines, he calls it a detention center. It's the most negative, fucking fucked up place that he goes to because just everyone's there just complaining, everything, this sort of stuff. So sit back, observe it.
Yeah.
And you're going to find it very hard to be around. But you're ahead of the pack. As soon as you know that again, I'm only talking to the person that feels like they fit this category. It's like, you're going to work every single day and it's not the dream outcome.
Yeah.
But you're gonna continue to feel the same way you do now if you don't take accountability for it, and if you continue to put all this time and effort and energy into something with no exit plan. As soon as you have an exit plan, you start to have some purpose. It's okay. Look, this is just temporary because you need that. You need to have your job. Like
You can't
skip that piece.
Yeah.
You can't skip that piece. Unless you're in an amazing position. It's very rare.
You have to go through the transition.
So you have to keep what you're currently doing now to build the next thing. But when you go to that thing and know you've got an exit plan and you're excited to work on it during lunch, you're excited to go home and you're working yourself and you're working on an exit plan, it gives you a purpose and that will change everything in your life. And you can start to learn and implement things into the current life you have now, and it will improve your life so much.
Yeah.
And it actually might even help improve your skill set in your current role. And again, obviously this podcast is about personal development, people that are stuck in the system that want to build a better life themselves around. Like, that's why you're here, yeah?
Yeah.
That's why you're here. But if you may be kind of like, oh, fuck it, I don't want to take that path. Well, then put all this into creating a better skill set in the correct job.
Yeah.
You can
Going into going into a job that you actually do love and you are passionate about.
Yeah, and
not just complaining about you hate your job
and get paid more.
Yeah.
But you got a skill set problem. This is where most people just sit and complain, whatever. It's like, well, the time to level up was probably 2 years ago, but it's now.
Yeah.
Again, another thing, everyone go, AI is going to take over. Look how fucking fast it's coming. And they go, it's going to take, it probably won't be me.
Well, learn how to use it.
But the time to, yes, is it going to replace everyone's job? No. Is it going to replace a lot of if you're in a boring, repetitive task job, you're probably fucked.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much easier to replace it with fucking whatever's coming. But this is the thing. But what this is also going to bring is that personal, real life touch. We've seen this in the online space. Everyone sort of went, there's so many amazing automations you can use, but you can automate too much. And that's what brings back the personal touch. That's got that power, that trust and power. Because people don't know what the fuck's real or not anymore. But that's going to be in the real world as well. If have a great fucking skill set, communication skills, and again, the right skill set in whatever job and the problems you can solve, you can live, you're going to be set.
Yeah.
You can't
100%.
caravan Australia for 5 years straight because you still have to go to a job, but you can still live very fucking happily and be in a great position, but you need to up your skill. If you're just not valuable, you're fucked. In most positions.
Yeah.
I believe. Or at least have that mindset. Maybe and look, I hope that isn't your situation. If you can have that mindset of hey, if I don't do this thing, I'm probably going to be fucked. In 3 years, Australia's fucked. So if I don't do this thing now, I'm going to not let that happen just in case. Just in case. Wouldn't you be in a lot of better position?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
So yeah, it's a turning point of a time, I truly believe. But just, once you know that you're going in the wrong direction, figure out the things that you can change immediately, but also just stay calm.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you realize that you're going the wrong direction, you're ahead of 95% of the population. So don't freak out. Because most people do it, freak out, take urgent action, fuck shit up too hard, and they just go back to the old life
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
And they try and look at the bigger picture, like you just need to take one step at a time.
Yeah. And
Just take one step at a time.
And this is the time that you need to find a coach or mentor.
Yeah. Someone that you can look up to.
And these days you can honestly inbox someone for free. Like, honestly, if someone come to me and just said, "Hey bro, like I listened to the podcast, I figured out all this shit that you just fucking told me. Here's why, take whatever." It's like, what can I do? I'll voice clip you back for free and just say, and give you some direction. Most good people would.
Yep.
So, and then again, don't bitch and complain and fucking blame shit. I wouldn't reply.
No.
But there's, again, it might not be me. Like, I'm saying there's people out there you can go, well, hang on. This person, like, that's what I want to look like. Like, they've got what I want. They look like, I like the way that they have their family. I like the way that they treat each other as a husband and wife. Like, all these things are a factor.
Yep.
Like, you just got to look at that and go, that's kind of like the path that I sort of want to take. And just pick one person or a handful of people. It's like, forget all the other noise about stuff. And it's like, this is really what I want. How have they done it? And it's not going to be 100% of the way. It could be 20% of the things that you learn from them could give you that. Everyone's fucking journey is different. And you have to write your own, you know? But like, if you have that sort of end outcome like in front of you and you can ask these people the questions, you're going to save so much time. And there's so many things you can implement right now.
Yep.
Without earning an extra cent. And I think that's just the path to turn things around.
It is.
So I hope you got a lot. There's a lot in there. There's a lot jam-packed in there.
There's a lot to unpack from that.
And the reason I wanted to share that was, again, that's kind of like 5 years jam-packed into, you know, but it's more so that first year of things that we figured out. I'm like, if we figured this out 5-10 years ago, imagine how things would look like today. But don't get down on yourself on that. Don't change it. Just go, hang on. Like, it's never too late. And don't change. Don't let that have regret.
Yes. Because as we said earlier, everything that's happened in your life has led you to where you are now.
Correct.
So.
And be more observant. Again, things will pop up. Because once you notice this, it's like how we got introduced to an addict. Like, we could have ignored that.
Yep.
Because you can wish...
Well, we did.
Well, kind of. We kind of
we did for a little bit.
drawn back to it. But I don't know where I heard this, but it's like you can wish for things. It's like, I want to have, you know, again, you can wish for the life you want. And the powers above, I don't know what it is or who it is, they can go, okay, here you go. You go, nah. Oh, here you go. Nah. Like, but you just don't know. You can turn everything down. You just don't know that, like, it's a sign that things are showing up.
Yeah.
It's a sign that, like, this reel pops up and it's like, maybe I need to, like, it's like it was put there on purpose, but you can just go fucking zipping through reels like most people do. But like, things, if you're just observant, things pop up. Opportunities pop up.
Everything happens for a reason.
It fucking does. And things get put in place. You meet people at the right time. If you take, I don't know, just...
The stars all align for you for a reason.
Be observant of it. And again, even if it's really hard times, embrace those hard times. Because when I look back at all our hard times, it's led to every single great thing that's happened.
Yeah.
Which went back to meeting you, to like me being a massage, like everything.
I love that. I love that stuff.
But again, when you look out on a timeline, you could draw it out. You go, oh, fuck! If that didn't happen, this wouldn't happen. You go, oh my God. But like, maybe you just aren't at that realization stage just yet.
Yeah.
But again, this is what's going to put you ahead. It's so exciting. This is what's going to put you ahead because most people won't reflect on that. They won't take responsibility for it. They won't even have this conversation. So once you're in this position, again, you are so far ahead and have that as your superpower.
Yeah.
And go, okay, now I can turn, but again, reflect and go, well, fuck, maybe that thing that happened, maybe that was meant to happen. Maybe I was meant to be in this job. Or maybe that
Maybe I
job that,
was meant to be in the lowest part of what I thought was the lowest part of my life.
or maybe you could go, hang on, fucking Jack offered me a job 2 weeks ago that I said, nah, I'm good. Maybe I was meant, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just when you just really reflect back on it, it's like maybe there are some things out that you need to listen to and maybe just take some action on it. Because look, end of the day, what's the worst case possible? You just back to where things are now.
Which is not, so many people are in far worse situations. So if your worst situation could be someone's best situation,
Yeah.
that's what you make of it.
But most people just choose. So let's just go, okay, well, fuck. Yes, I'm living a comfortable life. Yep, fuck. You've just subscribed my life to a T.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. So if you expand beyond that and it all fucks up, you just going back to the, like, where's the risk? I mean, yeah, if you get the wrong thing and invest hundreds of $1,000s and whatever, yeah, there's risk to it.
Yeah.
But like, what's the worst that can fucking happen?
Exactly.
But think about the things as like, all the bad shit that could happen, which I hope it never happens. Like, okay, if this happened, would I be able to help my family? If I broke my leg tomorrow and I couldn't work for 3 months, am I fucked?
Exactly.
Like, I never sort of say to have that mindset to think about the worst. People usually think about the worst case possible. It's like if things don't work out. But if you think of the worst case possible, okay, if I fuck myself up, can I pay the bills for, however many, whatever?
Exactly.
Like, if you have that, you got to have that extra plan there, that backup. But look,
Another good chat.
I was really trying to get, because like, I know people like, Josh talks too much, like, but like,
It's just how we are.
it is. But I'm kind of like trying to let you talk, but like, you just don't say anything. It gets weird.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's
You love to talk and I like to listen and it's good. It's
Yeah.
how we roll.
It's good. But look, I was going to say at the start of the show, we'll probably start the next podcast with this, but we ranked top 11 in the charts on our first episode. So
Very exciting.
thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. And there's been amazing feedback from this. If you're watching on video, we're going to create a TC Speech YouTube channel. We decided to separate from our Travelling Campers one. But if you aren't following along on our socials, you want to see the real life day-to-day stuff, Travelling Campers, Instagram, Facebook, kind of TikTok, whatever.
Yep.
Say what's up. And again, share the show. Just share the
That's
show.
all we ask.
Leave a review. Follow the channel. Share it with a friend if you've had a big holy shit moment or whatever it is. Just share it around. But again, just take what you can from, say, if it's a small little piece, and just go and do something with that
Yeah.
immediately. Hope you have the best day ever. Our next episode will be on Fraser Island.
I'm so excited for that.
Let's go.